I don't know. These episodes never have a great start. And it seems
Oh,
like a lot of our episodes recently have been coming off of
I'm
tough stretches in
I'm
Blue Jays
blaming
baseball.
I'm blaming the Blue Jays for our lack of attempting to get 2 episodes a week anymore.
It's just,
If this team was really good, we'd be cramming for
yeah,
two
see,
episodes.
2 episodes seemed like a great idea, but you can only say the same stuff so many times. And it feels like every episode we have nowadays is just the
It's
same
just
conversations over and over. Realistically, this team is kind of boring,
it's
which
tremendously boring.
which I think coming into the season was kind of the idea. Like we sacrificed the offense for the defense. You got rid
Yeah,
of
but
guys like Lourdes and Teoscar.
we're still like supposed to score runs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know. I think the team was built to be more boring than it was the last 2 years.
We're not supposed to be scoring more than 4 runs only 3 times in a month,
Right. Unfortunately,
which is currently this month.
the brand of baseball is boring to watch, but as bad as it feels, and I know this is the opposite take of a lot of people right now, as bad as it feels, we are currently a game out of the playoffs. One game. And it's still only June. Almost
Aren't we
July.
like 4 games over 500 too?
Yeah.
I feel honestly, if we gotta remember when the Blue Jays fired Charlie Montoyo in July, they were 4 games over 500.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah,
ended
46 and 42.
and they ended up being a 92 win team.
We are currently 5 games over 500, a game back of the New York Yankees for the last wild card spot. The only team in between us is the Astros, the judgeless ones. Yes,
Yankees.
And also the Angels are in a playoff spot. And all due respect to the Angels, I just don't see that being a thing.
Hey, it's taking them longer this year to fall out, which they might not fall out.
It's around this time last year that they fell apart and they lost 14 straight. Yeah, we'll get to the Jays a little bit, I guess, in a bit, but we do have the impact players of the week. What is the order today? It's Nate first, right?
Nate first because he missed last week's most obvious pick. Oh, I know Nate hated our
did you listen, Nate?
Last week?
I did listen. Painful. But
what a week.
Going into the season, if I told you the Astros, the Dodgers, and the Yankees would all be in third place at this time, I don't think anyone would have believed me.
Also, add to the Padres being in fourth place.
Well, man, if I told you that the Yankees, Dodgers, actually the Yankees are barely in, the Jays are out, the Mariners are out, the Padres are out currently, or are they?
They're four. Yeah, they're out still.
I think so.
They're four. I think they're 4 games out of a wild card.
Like if I told you any of those teams were out of the playoffs, you'd laugh in my face. Let alone almost all of them.
I think someone put it out of the 12 teams that made it last year, only 4 are currently in a playoff spot.
It's insane.
I placed a bet that I thought was going to be unreal at the start of the year, picking all 6 division winners. I went Jays, Guards, Astros.
I mean, Astros still might be okay.
Braves.
Oh, that's
1 for
Cards
4
and Padres.
1 for 6.
You maybe in a good world get 2, maybe
if you're
2.
lucky, you get 2.
Yes. You get Astros and you get Braves.
Yes.
But
nuts.
The worst one of that is the Cardinals. Oh boy.
I mean, honestly though, Guards and Cardinals can both still happen because the Central sucks so much.
At any point in time, those whole things could flip.
I mean, we can talk about this now. Before you joined the call, Nate, we were just talking about the Reds. They lead the Central. They're on a 10-game heater.
Yeah. It's insane.
It's like they call
the Centrals make no sense.
So what you're saying is Ellie De La Cruz was an impact player this week? And we get right back into ours.
Not for our impact, but yeah, Nate, you're up. Tell me who made an impact.
I mean, I heard Danny Jansen was pretty good. I didn't really watch much Jays baseball this week. It's been kind of boring, so I was a little checked out. But
Danny Jansen went 6 for 22 this week. Good. 3 bombs, 4 RBI.
He was the only offense in 2 straight games.
He hasn't exactly 1,000 OPS.
We lost 4-2. He had 2 solo shots, and then we won 2-1. He had a fucking 2-run homer in back-to-back games. That was the week for Danny Jansen.
Mm-hmm.
He was the offense on a team where he's hitting what was it, 7th or 8th in both those games. He was the only offense on a team that has 4 All-Stars right now. No, 3. 3. Witt's got a shot.
Are we talking
Kiermaier's
about 3
got a
as in
shot.
like number 1?
Yes. We got 3 guys that are leading the way.
And another guy that's 2 guys that are number 2 now.
Yeah. Oh, 2?
I mean,
Belt too. Thank you.
Belt and Witt moved up.
Belt's cheese.
Belt's
cheese that he's number 2.
The fact that people think that's real.
It might be real.
I mean, he said it, but
it's definitely sarcasm. Real.
But like, it's pure sarcasm.
You don't know Brandon Belt, though. I get it.
Yeah.
He has the team chanting MVP when he does things.
I mean, they're 2-6 now that since he's been out.
He is the MVP, man.
Could be, man. Like,
yeah, Jeno had himself a week. Is basically what I'm saying here. And a team that should be scoring runs. Danny Jansen, fresh off the IL, is the only guy doing anything. Just love to see it.
Yeah, that's why he was like
perfect. Which is it's perfect because Kirk's hurt. He's gonna get run time, and then Kirk can just go somewhere else.
Don't give him that run when Chris Bass is on the mound, please, dear God, never again.
I'm so excited for this Danny Jansen Magic Man combo that we have for the next 15 days. It's gonna be so great.
Yeah,
I shouldn't be happy about it, but I'm so happy.
No, you shouldn't be.
Connor, you're up second.
Oh, okay. I was about to. Sorry. I'm gonna take the guy. I was very obvious. I'm gonna take the guy that's leading the Blue Jays in OPS this week, aside from Danny Jansen, Bo Bichette.
Okay.
9 for 28. He has 321, 845 OPS. No home runs through every. Like this, it's not a good week to make an impact player.
No, it's really not.
It's really not. But like,
we should have just done like the week. What was it, like a month ago? We just said, I think Bo was the impact player, and then we just skipped everyone else.
Honestly, yeah.
There's
I don't have a good one.
There's 5 guys over a 750 OPS right now, and 2 of them are Santiago Espinal and Ernie Clement. So for the last week,
I would love to mess around and take George Springer.
Right on.
I don't know if George Springer had a good week though.
Nope, he has a 633 OPS last week. So
okay.
It doesn't feel like it though.
Can I just not take anyone? I'll go ahead and have some fun and take Spencer Horwitz because Nate brought it up. It makes a little bit of sense. He made his debut. He got a hit. I think
RBI.
was it in the Sunday game that he got a hit in the RBI?
Yeah.
Hopefully, great.
Yeah, it was a part of the good times that we had tonight. Sunday game.
That's kind of all I can do because nobody made an impact other than Danny Jansen, and we'll give Bo some love.
Some love. First AL player to 100 hits.
Right.
The next closest is like 85.
Was the other guy, and the other side was the other guy in the game who got 100 hits. Luis Arise, who just.
But I think the next highest in the AL is Simeon at like 85.
Yeah, that's nuts.
How are they tied? Because Arise doesn't walk.
Yes, I don't know. I don't understand.
Was he hurt?
No, I don't believe so. How many plate appearances do they both have?
Bichette doesn't walk either.
I know Bo leads the league in at-bats, I think. So I would assume there's a big gap between the Bo Bichette at-bats and the Luis Arise at-bats.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Is there?
Arise has played 7 less games, and he has 60 less plate appearances or at-bats than Bo.
So that would be why.
Bo is at 319. Arise is at 259.
Is
and Arise
hitting 400
has,
still?
He's 398 as of tonight, after tonight's games.
Damn.
Can I change my pick?
You want
I forgot that Jose Barrios was good last week.
No,
or was he? Did he pitch twice? No, right?
If we're taking the Miami series into account,
no, I'm not. This is just last week, so I'm good.
Fine.
Yeah, I'm going to take Barrios because he went 7 2/3, didn't give up a run. They could have had him keep going, but I was so excited because they got rid of the DH, and there was a slight chance for a minute there that Jose Barrios was going to have an at bat.
It's so good that he's back.
Well, he was back.
Hey, man. Him being back, he can have a stinker in there.
Yeah,
like it's the first time his ERA has gone up in like 2 months.
You're right. He's had some good starts, and that one was great. He was phenomenal. Kept him in it. He was only at like 80 pitches going into that 8th inning, which was pretty good. Then he He gave up 2 hits, and he was at like 95, I think it was, by the time he got pulled, which is whatever. But phenomenal start from Berrios. I just kind of forgot to look at pitchers, to be honest. I think we've done this so many times where I'm just like, who did something? He was a part of the only win of that Orioles series. 1 of 2 wins on the week. We'll give it to him. Shout out Danny Jansen, though. He's the only one that actually mattered.
Yeah, seriously.
What do we have to get to today? Obviously, we mentioned Spencer Horwitz getting called up. That's super cool. I would like to question why.
The fact that he wasn't called up.
The role that Belt filled, was.
But the question is, why wasn't he called up during that first wave of people they brought up? The Clement wave, the Clement.
If he was supposed to come up and fill the Belt hole, why didn't he come up when Belt went down?
See, I don't have that answer. I'm just telling you why he's here.
No, I understand.
That's the question. That's the weird part.
That's I don't they waited until Cav got hot to bring up another Cavan is essentially what they did. Both lefties, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Both on base guys that shouldn't have a ton of power, who play first base.
You hush your mouth about not a lot of power.
Well, shouldn't, but Cav's got all kinds of it apparently. He hit the ball too hard, and that's why he didn't get a homer last week.
Oh my god! Okay, we'll get to that.
It was fair. It was a fair ball.
It was a fucking fair ball.
Absolutely a fair ball, but it was way too high because he hit it too hard. I never thought I'd say that in my life, but Cavan Biggio hit a ball too hard to count as a homer.
In a week and a half span, that Cavan Biggio would hit a game-winning home run and then turn on a 101 mile an hour fastball up in the zone for what should have been a home run.
Yeah, not happening.
I would have
not happened. Yeah, I don't really understand the Horowitz move, or I understand it, but I don't understand when it happened.
I mean, they clearly have a lot of faith in him. He batted 5th in his second game in the league.
DH'd? Yes.
He thinks he's DH'd every game.
That's just, I don't really understand it.
They said he's not going to play the outfield at all.
No, I don't think he should. Realistically, in terms of defensive outfielders, you have 4 or 5 guys that are better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but if he, I'm just saying, if you want that bat in the lineup, he was raking in AAA, so I don't know.
Yeah,
when
he's an average guy
when Belt comes back.
I was gonna say, yeah, is he still with the team when Belt comes back?
Is there a reason to keep Ernie Clement around when Belt comes back?
I don't know why. Why did you send down Lucas and keep Clement?
I don't know. Because I guess I think Cav's almost following into the Lucas role a little bit. Like he's your backup outfielder just in case.
Yeah, and he had
Has he played since Horowitz has come up? I don't think so.
I think he played one game. He played yesterday in the 11.
Did he? Oh, okay.
So
I didn't know he was in the lineup.
But he's played one game. He's played one of the 3 games since Horowitz come up.
I don't know. I think he's fallen down a little bit, which makes no sense, but I don't know. I don't really. You seem to have an abundance of middle infielders or second basemen, I guess, not even really middle infielders,
and an abundance of first basemen.
And first baseman, which is crazy considering they had to put Vlad in the game as a DH the other day.
Well, because they took out their backup first baseman.
Mm-hmm.
When
this team doesn't make a ton of sense.
No.
I gotta be honest.
Coming into the Miami series, they left an MLB high 538 runners on base.
It's insane.
It's
insane.
If that number is 530,
if you're scoring an 1/8 of those runners, let's say, how many extra runs are you looking at? How many more wins are you looking at? And that's not that many.
I'm saying at least considering how well the pitching is done in recent memory, that's at least another 4 or 5 wins.
Yeah.
At least.
We're talking about 125 points of batting average. That's it.
Yeah.
To score a few more runs.
The game that pops into my mind immediately is that first Twins game. They had second and third to a nobody out in the bottom of the 9th and couldn't get a fucking soul to the plate. It comes down to the big guys not doing what they're supposed to do. Yeah.
Realistically. George Springer, for as great as he's been recently, when it comes to runners in scoring position or runners on base, he seems kind of irrelevant. He doesn't
seems really, like everyone is, though.
Yeah, literally.
For sure. For sure.
Like,
George is just where I start because he's on my screen right now. But George hasn't been good with it. Vlad's numbers are good, but it doesn't feel like Vlad's been good. Matt Chapman's been irrelevant for 2 months. And like realistically, Dalton Varsho's been fine, but he also doesn't cash guys on base. The guys you're giving your money to or the guys you're entrusting to be at the top of your lineup are just not doing the job. And I don't know how to fix that. I don't know if that's a mindset thing. I don't know if you can straight up blame what's his nuts. I don't
Guillermo Martinez.
Guillermo, thank you. Guillermo Martinez.
If I didn't hear that name enough in the last 2 days.
I don't know if it's something where you could just say, yeah, we need a new hitting coach. Because is he really going to come in and tell these professional hitters that, yeah, change this and that'll make you hit when there's runners on base? I don't know if that's something you can tweak and fix.
I was listening to Barker the other day, and he said, like, realistically, they shouldn't even be called hitting coaches. Like,
no.
You've gotten to the majors, you know how to hit.
Yeah.
It's your approach and your mindset that you have to worry about. Like, that's what you got to change.
Is there anything?
The pitches you're looking for. Like, it's.
Yeah. Obviously, we don't have as much insight as the guys on the bench, but is there anything that you've picked out in the last month that you could say, yeah, they're doing this poorly and they should be doing this part better? Because you watch the at-bats they take, and I don't think they're doing a ton wrong at the plate. I mean, they're putting the bat on the ball, but they're just not getting the hits.
Do you guys know the Blue Jays are second to last in pull percentage in the entire league?
Really?
Second to last. That'll do it.
But is that a problem?
Seems like it was a conscious effort at the start of the year.
Yeah, it's been a conscious.
We were talking about how I think Vladdy, Bo, and Chappie were like 1, 2, and 3 in
opposite
the other way.
Yeah. But I think it comes to a point where you can have it can be a conscious effort, but if it's not produced, like they obviously can still fucking pull the ball, but it's just like there's no consistent pulling of fly balls anymore unless it's Danny Jansen or Dalton Varsho.
You're not going to have the pop if you're doing that. Is the biggest issue. And that's been a huge issue this year. Like, Bo Bichette should not be leading your team in home runs.
No. Dalton Varsho he
shouldn't.
Dalton's like second or third in the team in home runs.
He's second.
He has like 13.
Third. He is second. He's got 12. Isn't he?
Yeah, 12 or 13. Yeah. And then I think it goes like Chappie, maybe George.
The rest of them have 9. And among that group of 9 is Danny Jansen, who doesn't play every day to begin with and missed 2.5 weeks with a groin injury, came back and tied them all up. That should not be happening. I love Danny Jansen, and I think he's one of the better power hitters on this team, but there's no situation where Danny Jansen should be tied with guys like Vlad and George and people like that in home runs.
Mm-hmm.
It shouldn't be a thing.
How many does Kevin have?
4? 5?
With his part-time playing self.
5, I think.
He's got 6. He's 3 behind Vlad.
With his part-time playing self. Like,
the guy gets in like once a week.
And he's not a fucking power hitter.
And he's not a power guy. This is like, if you're trusting Kevin Biggio to be a guy to drive in runs.
He did have power in the minors, but it's just kind of
it fell off in the majors.
It fell off because of all the injuries.
Yeah.
Like, it was there in 19 and 20, but obviously, like, the fall of Kevin Biggio was the injuries and the power has been sapped.
He does have 6 home runs. That's absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, and they're all been like.
He has 6 home runs in 47 games, 122 plate appearances. It's not good enough. Plain and simple. There's no reason. I know a lot of people want to try and blame Guillermo or John Schneider or just a plethora of other people for this team's failures right now. But when it comes down to it, the guys that should be doing their job are not doing their job.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing, even with the deadline. Like, who are you fucking bringing in here to be like?
Are you bringing in a guy to replace Vladimir Guerrero Jr.? Probably not. Are you bringing in a guy to replace
Matt Chapman?
Someone like George or Chappie? No.
You're bringing in. You got to do what the Braves did a few years ago. You got to bring in a couple no-name guys.
Bring in everybody?
Just a bunch of flyers?
No. I just mean like that type of player. Like,
yeah, you can't say nobody because like there were names.
They're gonna add. Dude, it was like
Adam Duvall wasn't a name at the time.
Jorge Soler and Jock Pedersen.
Yeah.
Peterson, at least a competent major league hitters. I'll say that.
Yes.
Big power bat at times.
Yeah.
That's
what you're adding. That's what you're adding this year. They're gonna add a reliever because you can never have enough.
They're gonna add a depth. They need to add a depth starter.
Jimmy Garcia, fucking
anywhere. Jimmy Garcia, game winner today. Thank you.
Nate, we agree that Jimmy's been bad. There's like,
but Jimmy's not even the worst reliever in the pen.
I was gonna say, but every time that you do this, there's like 3 or 4 guys that are worse than Jimmy.
It's like that's
I just hate him. Like I loved him last year. I have no confidence in him.
No, well, but that's the thing.
We're rolling out like on our roster today.
Mitch White is getting innings.
Mitch White. Is Hatch still up? I know
no, Hatch got sent down despite never giving up an earned run. Thank you.
Francis is not.
Francis got sent down for one Trent Thornton. How are you?
Who did Hatch get sent down for?
Trent Thornton. No, wait, Hatch. Who did Hatch get sent
down? Oh, Simber.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, Simber.
But then you've got Ernie Clement, Lucas. Like you got friggin' it's just you need an Adam Duvall. You need a guy with ready pop off the bench.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to hear an interesting ex-Blue Jays reunion that I don't think you guys would like?
Hold up. Is it a pitcher or a hitter?
No, it's definitely a hitter.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. It's fucking
no, you don't.
Teoscar?
No.
Oh, okay.
National League outfielder.
Is it Lourdes?
No.
Okay.
There's no way he wants Lourdes back.
No, I don't want Lourdes back, but you got to be on a team that's not a contender.
Don't say this. It's actually a National League outfielder. That's a former. How long ago did he play for the Blue Jays?
Randall Grichuk.
Yep.
Oh, okay. All right. I mean, he's actually, dude. I caught.
He's got like an 800 OPS this year.
Yeah,
I don't dislike it.
He was batting like 295 by the.
I don't think he has any power, but
he's got like one homer, I think.
Yeah,
but
you bring him back to Rogers Center.
Yeah, well, it's a little different.
I can't say that he's hitting a course.
Yeah,
and has one homer.
I mean, he's hitting 3-something. So
yeah, like it's not.
Maybe Randall Grichuk found out how to be a contact hitter, and that's the guy that
he's a capable outfielder.
Yeah, he played center field for this team.
To get him,
probably.
What are you giving up to get him?
It's Colorado. They'll probably give him to you for free.
Yeah, dude.
They gave away Nolan Arenado for
they'll pay
money.
A salary.
Yeah. Yeah. Just tracking back a little bit. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. has 184 more plate appearances than Kevin Biggio and has 3 more home runs.
How many more plate appearances does he have than Danny Jansen?
I will,
because that's the
check and get back to you.
It's a bigger one there because Danny's missed that, but
no, I bet you they're pretty similar.
I know for a fact they're not,
because Danny's missed Danny's missed at least 2.5 weeks, and then he's always in and out.
Danny plays more than Kevin.
Oh, you mean no? I mean like Vlad and Danny.
Vlad and Jano.
Oh yeah, I'm saying
Kevin and Jano might be similar. Yeah,
it's probably similar.
Yeah, because for all the time missed, he might like. I mean, also like I'm looking at this. There's not a lot of teams that are like
nobody's out of it.
Out. There's only like there's like the Rockies,
there's only a handful of bad teams, and they're all in the Central, so they're not out of it.
Maybe the Cardinals. Like,
I think for the Cards, you got to reset.
The Royals.
See, that'd be an interesting one. Like I brought up O'Neill earlier. I think that'd be an interesting one. I don't know what you'd have to give up to get him, but he's controllable. And if you don't go after Kiermaier next year, which
say Tyler O'Neill, O'Neill's hurt right now.
Yeah, O'Neill's hurt,
but still that's deadline.
Like deadline. I think, bro, next year, an outfield of Springer, O'Neill, and Varsho. That's it's a really good outfield still.
Especially if you have to slide O'Neill to the left and use Varsho in center. I think that's
what you do.
Yeah, that's right. And you get back some power in your outfield while still being Gold Glove worthy.
Hope you can kind of revitalize O'Neill a little bit.
I mean, honestly, if we're being real, who's to say Kevin Kiermaier's not back anyways? And he becomes a 4th outfielder.
If Kevin Kiermaier's an all-star this year, he's not back.
God damn it.
Because he can go get money somewhere.
It's just
he's got a shot at the Gold Glove, and he's probably going to be.
It's weird, just because the way that he's talking about Toronto, like,
yeah, So did
He's
Semyon.
never seemed like
So did Ray.
He's never seemed like the just motivated by money guy to me, though.
Yeah, but like the difference with Semyon and Ray is you knew they were going to get paid. You knew they were going to get paid a fuck ton.
And long term, too.
And long term. Kiermaier, I don't think Kiermaier's, what, 33?
30, around 33.
Around
he's
there.
Looking at a 3-year deal max.
He's looking 3 years and maybe 4. Like 4 if he's pushing it.
Plus, like, I guess, to play devil's advocate to myself, they were the team that gave him a chance. So you might be rewarding that a little bit.
I also do think
he turned down the Dodgers.
He turned down the Dodgers to come here.
No. I'm pretty sure the money was similar.
Like, and he would have pretty much been a starting outfielder for the Dodgers.
I don't know. Well, I think we were the team that gave him a starting center field spot, and that's why.
Well, think about it right now. They have. I think this is the Dodgers would have signed him like pre getting Jason Hayward and David Peralta, so right. It would have been like him.
Take him over either of them anyway.
Yeah, it would have been him, Outman, and Mookie Betts. Like,
is Chris Taylor playing the infield for them?
I think Chris Taylor played. Yeah,
was playing shortstop.
Right, he's playing shortstop right now, just because
they don't have one.
Yeah, Gavin Lux he tore his Achilles. It blew out his knee in the beginning, like in spring training. So they have Miguel Rojas and him kind of like.
Vladdy has 156 more plate appearances than Danny Jansen. Same amount of home runs.
It's maybe a terribly disrespectful question, and this has just been the last 2 episodes of the podcast just for shit on Vladdy. Does Vladdy even get to 20?
Is he on pace?
Does he get to 20?
Like, he's at 9. There's over half the season left.
He hasn't hit one since Tampa.
And
yeah, but
off of Luke Raley.
He's still on pace for
I guess the pace is there. Sure.
Can we even remember what game it was, like the last home run he hit not off Luke Raley? I can't remember it.
Wasn't it also in the Tampa series or something? Like,
I think he hit one
close together.
They weren't. Might have been the Yankees.
No, it could have been Yankees.
He hit one off the Yankees. I don't remember when. The team's issues stem from Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Like, yeah, I think we can accept that.
It starts with Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and Matt Chapman, and ends
with
the AL Player of the Month for
at the start of the year. That didn't help either.
But we were winning at that point.
Varsho and Belt didn't really help.
Sure, but we were winning games.
I think a big part of it that like we're kind of glossing over because he's not here right now is also Manoah. Because what was his record? 0-7?
Bad.
0-6,
yeah,
whatever.
Bad.
Like,
but it was still a matter of
but we were still a winning ball club.
Yeah, that's fine. But you put someone else in there and you probably got 6 more wins. Whatever.
Yeah. I don't know, man. You can try and say that Manoah's bad starts once every 5th day didn't help, and we got a lot of losses because of it. But on the flip side, if you have one of those 2 guys going, like you did in April when Matt Chapman was the best player in the league, then I think you're looking at a hell of a lot better team right now than you are currently. You need one of them to go. And I don't know if you can say Guillermo's not doing a good job of getting these professional hitters going, these 2 specific professional hitters that aren't going, because I don't know what you do to get a Matt Chapman going. What can Guillermo Martinez come up and tell Matt Chapman that would get him out of this 5 for 400 slump that
he was telling him something that fucking had him on fire at the beginning of the year.
Sure. Well, was he? Because all the talk was he was working with Tulo and Bo about the toe tap and going the other way, and it worked for a month.
I mean,
and then it just disappeared.
It does say a lot that the Blue Jays had like 5 different former MLB players come to them during spring training to work with the hitters.
Sure.
Like Edwin came in, Victor Martinez came in, like.
Yeah, where's Vimar?
That's what I'm saying. Please, Victor Martinez, fuck it.
Is he even around right now?
No.
I don't think so.
Like, what did they hire him to be?
I don't know.
I think
did they hire him to be around for spring?
I think he's probably down at the complex, maybe. Like, I would assume.
Is he out there helping Alek Manoah right now?
Also, we've had a giant history of bringing in former major league players, and it's like, it's worked, which is confused. Which is like, Guillermo, what the fuck are you doing? Like Edwin, V-Mart, as much as we don't like to bring up his name, Dante Bichette.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's just in the last like 3 years. Like,
this may be out in left field, but would you not maybe talk to Troy Tulowitzki a little bit, seeing as he's got the relationship with Bo and obviously Chappie, and he's helped them a ton?
Talk to him as in
would that not be a guy?
A job here?
Yes, some sort of consulting thing.
I think he's a college coach right now.
I understand.
I also don't know if he loves our front office.
Yeah,
probably not.
They cut him,
and he went to the Yankees.
He couldn't play. He
yeah,
legitimately just couldn't play for us. He's not going to come in and teach guys how to stay healthy, but like in terms of approach, there weren't many better when he was playing.
Oh yeah, dude, his swing was pure. Like
Vmar.
Vmar's the guy.
Like get him in every day.
Is it wrong to have multiple hitting coaches?
I mean,
no, I think every team does.
I think you should.
There's hitting
don't
coach.
think our hitting coach should be our hitting coach.
Don't we have a strategist or something?
There's a hitting strategist.
Bench coach should be our hitting coach.
What is Don Mattingly's role in this team?
I mean, what was John Schneider's manager? What was John Schneider?
I know what his title was.
Before, no, what was John?
John Schneider did everything, and that was very clear.
John Schneider was like the head of major league coordination at one point or some shit. Like
John Schneider made a hell of a lot more decisions than Don Mattingly is making right now. What is Don Mattingly's role on this team? Other than being Don Mattingly.
Other than making Vlad a worse first baseman, apparently.
What did he come in and do right now? Like, nobody that you expect him to fix has been fixed.
Everyone wants him to manage.
Like, fucking stop with that.
It's a downgrade.
I got
fired from the Marlins.
I love Don Mattingly, but where has he been a good manager?
Never. You can't even say LA because LA was one of the best built teams for a decade.
Yes, and they never won.
He was there at the
they never won.
Of that. It's a bit different than Roberts, I would say. But
they also never won.
I mean,
Dave Roberts is one of the worst managers in the majors, and he won a World Series with that team.
60 games.
He won a World Series. I don't care. It's on the trophy. The Dodgers, is in his office.
Who are one of the deepest teams, can't win a full 162 game season World Series.
Sure,
is the problem.
Yes,
like
Don Mattingly's not an upgrade over John Schneider.
No, like
John Schneider's not the problem. Can we just focus on this for a second?
No, and
we're a year. We've already brought it up. We are a year removed from firing Charlie Montoyo.
Yeah,
you're telling me
3 years.
We're like 11 months from.
We are 11 months removed from firing Charlie Montoyo. You're telling me that it's a manager problem again? 11 months later, this guy couldn't get it going.
The only way this happens is, I think Atkins sees the writing on the wall that he's toast, and he tries to spark them again. Because I think that's...
If you fire your third manager as Ross Atkins, I think your time is done. So I don't see a situation where he does that.
Guys, something.
He didn't fire Gibby, did he?
I think
Gibby's contract ended.
Was it?
No, Gibby's contract. Sure. I think Gibby's contract ended, but there was the whole thing of Gibby's like, I don't want to be here for a rebuild.
Right.
Yeah, I think, and I also don't think he wanted to manage anymore. I think it was just kind of, I think it was a mutual parting of ways.
Now he seems like he just wants to do something.
Guys, I just came to a very sad realization with this whole conversation that we just had.
Mm-hmm.
The Toronto Blue Jays are with a better coat of paint, the Vancouver Canucks.
No, the Canucks suck. Their roster wasn't good.
The Canucks were supposed to be
the Canucks roster weren't. Their defense sucks.
That's why I said with a better coat of paint. That's what I'm saying. Because
maybe.
But think about this: Travis Green was the head coach.
They fired him because they thought he was the problem.
Because they thought he was the problem. Then you bring in Bruce. You get the manager bump, which is all they're firing Charlie, and John Schneider gets the bump, and like everything's going good then.
And then
now just compare them to a team in the same city that also plays hockey.
Yeah, but they didn't fire Keith.
Yeah, but they didn't fire Keith.
They fired.
What I'm saying is
they fired a couple of years ago.
It's true.
Yeah,
well, what
I'm sorry.
The Vancouver one's more fresh in my mind, but like we're now at the second, like the first full season of Bruce Boudreau, where now everybody thinks he's the problem again. Where they think he's like the management thinks he's the problem, and they eventually do end up getting rid of him.
I don't think management thinks John Snyder's the problem.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I think it's just a fan base conversation.
Always think it's the manager. Fans always think it's the manager
because you can't get rid of 26 players. You can get rid of one manager.
You can get rid of 26 players.
fucking very
You
difficult.
very easily get rid of 26 players. Not hard. You're not going to get better, but you can get rid of 26 players.
That's what I'm saying. You can easily get rid of one person and say problem is fixed, as opposed to saying here's 26 players, bye. Here's new 26. They're better. Like,
if you're Ross Atkins, do you take another big swing this deadline? I don't know who's going to be available.
I think the best people available would be like, for relievers, it'd be like a Roldis Chapman. For starting pitchers,
not a move they make.
It's Lucas
Hendricks.
Nah, I don't think
he's hurt.
He's hurt, and they're not gonna. The White Sox are gonna trade him. For starting pitching, it's like Stroh and Giolito.
Hey, don't count out on the White Sox getting rid of guys.
Oh, can we not talk about that? I hate that. Bob Nightingale's just saying shit.
Don't count out the White Sox.
Like, no, there's not a lot, but like
there's not a lot. I can't even say like Jock Peterson now because the Giants are fucking 3.5 games back of the division lead.
He doesn't make sense. We don't need another lefty.
That's what I'm saying. But like, yeah, even if he did, it wouldn't have made sense. But like,
who's out?
Duval.
I can say with
the Red Sox fall off.
They're not going
to. Soler, if the Marlins fall off.
The Rockies are like guaranteed done. The Nationals are guaranteed done.
The Seattle Mariners.
The A's are guaranteed done. The Mariners.
Yeah, who do you want from the Mariners?
Hey, Portuguese.
There is a known entity on the Seattle Mariners that you could take a shot at for the rest of the year.
Who would provide vibes and power.
Who is comfortable on this roster and is not going to play the outfield. He would come in and DH.
He would not touch the field.
No. If you're looking for a pure power bat that can come in and just hit, and the Mariners are currently 4 games out, with 3 teams in between them and a wild card spot. I'm saying maybe.
Yeah.
I can't say with confidence, but maybe.
I mean,
I don't think
Eugenio Suarez.
Eugenio Suarez.
That's a big swing.
Brent Rooker, Ryan Noda, out of the NL, there's Jamer Candelario, who's surprisingly hitting has an 800 OPS this year. Like
Salvador Perez.
They've already said
how many years does he have left?
Too many.
Okay.
But like Randall Grichuk, if the Pirates fall out, McCutchen, maybe.
Cutchin's going anywhere.
There's not a lot of fucking all of the teams.
Honestly, I think it makes the most sense to make a rotation move unless Ryu comes back and
but
I don't know if you're going to be
or Manoah figures out and comes back up.
And that's the thing is like the pitching. Granted, it's
but then worst case you run a 6-man. Like
yeah, and you get Kevin Gausman and Hyunjin Ryu on an extra day of rest, which clearly has shown in the past to work. Like
because we now apparently have a position of depth in the minors that we didn't have.
Middle infield and first base.
Yeah, we got 3 shortstops that are going to be in AAA.
Barger,
Otto.
Otto.
I don't know if they moved. No, I don't know if they moved Elvis up yet. I just had it up.
No,
Elvis, I think is still AA, where they're calling.
They're supposed to be calling him up.
I feel like they should wait a little longer, but
I don't know if they call him up yet.
He's been very good. He's been very good in AA.
So the guy I've never heard of is mashing right now.
Is it Lantigua?
Davis Schneider.
Oh, Dave, I've been
Davis Schneider.
Okay, no relation to John.
He's hitting 257, 14 bombs, 41 ribbies.
Okay.
257, 383 OBP, 530 slug, good for a 913 OPS.
Okay. I'm intrigued. I mean, something that just happened today.
He's kind walked around 41 times and only struck out 58.
Something that did happen today, that is kind of in potentially someone that you could easily. Will Myers is now available.
Pass. Will Myers hasn't been good since he left Kansas City.
He was good in San Diego.
I'd rather trade for the other guy.
Who?
The guy they cut him for.
Who was the guy they cut him? Who's the guy they cut him for?
I don't know.
He's on the Reds, right?
I don't even know where he is.
Yeah, he was on the Reds.
Yeah, the guy who came back and hit a nuke in his first AB back.
Kevin Newman, Nick Senzel.
No, Joey Votto.
Oh, see that with Belt. If Belt wasn't on this team, I think
Votto Canadian Belt.
Fuck off.
Leadership that have clearly. If you want to talk about a hitting coach with someone that's going to teach these guys an approach, there's nobody better than Joey Votto. You don't need to fire your hitting coach when you just bring in Joey Votto. Unfortunately, the Reds are good.
But nobody in that NL Central is selling.
No.
Nobody in either Central.
I wasn't being serious. But
that's what I'm saying.
Well, call me crazy. This if you want to talk about swinging big, we're going to have a hole at third base next year. The Cardinals stink.
No.
Nolan Arenado's been good.
Fucking nope.
Nolan Arenado is also the best third baseman of all time defensively.
What are you giving up?
I don't know.
You'd have to make a 3-team trade, which I don't know if that happens very often in baseball.
He's also only he's making 35 this year, 32 next year, then it goes down to 27 and 15. That's it.
You'd have to give up Chapman plus like a Relvis and a pitching prospect, I'd assume. And Chapman goes elsewhere.
I don't know if Chapman has enough value right now.
Kind of.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's fucked because every team that you think at coming into the season that you thought would have been out of it and like selling, they're all decent. Like,
the teams that suck have no one. Like,
also
sign me up for Javier Baez. Oh wait, they're in a fucking run too.
Yeah, sign. The fourth place Padres. Sign me up for. Oh wait, all of them are under contract and really good. Like, you can't get anything from there. Like,
if Milwaukee falls off,
they won't sell.
They would sell.
They're way better than every other team in that division.
But if they fall off hard enough, how many years does Rowdy have left?
I am not
Brandon Belt.
Brandon Belt.
Where are you?
Rowdy Tellez.
I understand that.
If you're just as like a pure DH bench option, then I don't know.
But he's a lefty.
You're right.
You want him to platoon with one of our lefties.
You're right. Christopher Morel?
No, he's young. I know. Someone on the Cubs. If you want to, age 31, he's batting 196. Granted, he's got 14 home runs though, in 184 at bats. Patrick Wisdom.
If the Cubs are bad enough.
If the Cubs fall out.
194.
I said 196.
Oh, sorry.
Hey.
Yeah, that's so much better.
My bad.
Fucking platoon. My bad. Platoon, man. Let me look at his.
What are his splits?
I'm looking right now. It's not great. So versus right, he's batting 183, 293, 461. Against left, he's batting 217, 270, 478.
Hey, what happened to Jesse Winker?
Oh, dude, he fell off a cliff.
Yeah, what happened?
He also doesn't fit because he's a fucking lefty outfielder.
Seattle broke him, dude.
Apparently, Jesus Christ.
Remember when he was supposed to be the big piece in that trade?
Yeah. We need a right-handed hitting outfield bench option ideally with power.
No, with power. Don't even say ideally.
Not even ideally. We need
with power.
Yeah, that's fair. And we need a reliever, and we need better Mitch White.
Do we?
Excuse me.
I don't know if we do on the Mitch White thing.
There is someone on the Washington.
I think they're gonna get you gotta get a depth starting option. I think.
I think once you get Ryu back, you have 6 guys. You ideally have 6 guys because Manoah should be somewhat figured out by then.
He figures into that end of the season in some way. There is a former Blue Jays draft pick that is currently batting 290 with an 831 OPS and has 11 home runs. He's a right-handed outfielder. Lane Thomas of the Nationals.
Okay.
Who?
None of these guys are getting me excited. I gotta be honest.
Depth bench, Brant.
Yeah, I know. But none of them are getting me excited as a depth bench either, though.
This is going to be the same as last year's offseason. It's going to be Mitch White.
Trade deadline? Yeah. It's
sorry. Mitch White and Whit Merrifield, and there was another one, right? Bass. Bass and Pop.
Brant, you were talking about lefty versus lefties. Lane Thomas this year, 355, 406, 645, 1,000 OPS.
Yeah, but how old is he?
He's 20.
He's youngerish.
He's 27.
Yeah. I was going to say AJ Pollock.
He's got lots of control. I don't think they can do that. But
I was going to say AJ Pollock, but AJ Pollock stinks.
Let's just bring in Lou Bob.
The fuck are we giving up for Lou Bob?
I don't know. The White Sox should probably give him away for nothing.
Stop it.
Let's be real here, Connor.
Hey, if we're going for platoons, can we get White Sox All-Star Jake Berger?
Sure.
Isn't he young?
One at this point?
Jake Berger? So. How many home runs does Jake Berger have? Let's do the quick scrolls through fucking home run leaders. I feel like he's gotta have a good bit. Where the fuck is he?
The issue we have
is 16.
I think the White Sox blow it up at this deadline.
Mm-hmm. Maybe. Like the issue we have here is we've been talking about this for what, 5-6 minutes? We've come up with nothing to fix it.
6 minutes. This has been like
is that we've been on looking for guys? Has it been longer than that? Yeah. I mean, let's say 10 minutes we've been at this. We've come up with nothing.
Dude, I can't wait for the Blue Jays to
Jorge Soler.
Lane Thomas.
The team just needs to be better. The team needs to be better.
Lane Thomas and Randall Grichuk. Come on down.
That's really what's going to save the season. Hey, we're counting on Randall Grichuk to be the guy to come and save the season.
And Patrick Wisdom and Cody Bellinger.
There's nothing good. There's not a good Cody Bellinger would be fun. There's not a good option out there.
But it wouldn't be what we need.
That is going to help this team right now. The option needs to come from Vladimir Guerrero and Matt Chapman. One of them needs to figure out how to play baseball.
Yeah, because I can't.
Neither of them have it.
Because Brian, you talk shit about George Springer. He's been very good lately.
Without guys on base, yes.
Yes, Dalton Varsho's batting like 310 in June.
Varsho's not a problem. But this is what I mean. Varsho wasn't hitting at the beginning of the year, and we were still winning ball games. It boils down to Matt Chapman and Vladimir Guerrero not being able to hit the ball.
10 offense in the league.
Yes,
not when it matters.
No, we don't do anything with runners on base. I think you need to have guys figure out how to drive in runs.
Yeah.
There is something to be said for changing your approach when there are guys in scoring position and knowing what you need to do to drive in a run.
Fuck it. Everybody just, when runners are in scoring position, just adopt Bo Bichette's 2-strike shit. Just fucking all hips.
Just slap the ball somewhere.
Just all hits, hit it somewhere. Like,
no,
I don't know. I don't know.
No, that's not a 2-strike. That's not a freaking approach to the runners in scoring position.
Works for Bo.
Not everyone's Bo Bichette. Hate to break it to you.
No. Vladimir Guerrero should be Bo Bichette. Should be at least this year's version of Bo Bichette. There's no reason why Vlad can't
I'm fully prepared for Vladdy to bat like 600 in September. Like, I'm fully prepared.
I'm fully prepared to him to go hang out with Manoah in the Complex League.
That's harsh. Okay.
Not actually, but I don't know, man. He's got to figure something out in a hurry. Because his numbers as a whole aren't terrible. But they're not good enough.
I did look it up. I found the
I forget who said it, but like all his advanced metrics are better than last year.
He's hitting the ball.
Like his barrel rates, his hard hit rates, his
launch angle.
I think even his chase rates are down. Like
everything is like
doesn't make sense.
I think it's honestly, it's not that it's been better. At a point, like I think even as far as like last week, it was better than 21.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
dude, he's so average exit velocity is the 98th percentile, max exit velocity 98th percentile, hard hit percentage 98th percentile, expected WOBA 95, expected batting average 97, expected slug 93, barrel percentage 86, K percentage 83. His walk percentage is only 50%. His whiff percentage is 54. His chase rate stinks. It's 31st percentile, and he's slow and he can't play defense. But all the rest of those numbers are ridiculous.
Yeah, like
so maybe we just you have to also take a step back at some points and just say maybe he's had some bad luck and there's going to be some regression to the mean, because that can happen too.
If Vladimir Guerrero hits a point where he gets back to what these numbers are looking like, then I think you're looking at a team that's going to go on a massive run.
Okay, for reference, Vladdy's WOBA is 340. Mm-hmm. His expected WOBA is 391.
So he's underachieving.
Like his expected slugging is 532. His slugging is a 428.
Well, you look at last year's team. Wasn't it early August? Bichette was doing nothing.
And then he went on a tear. 7th spot.
Yeah, but then he figured it out and he went on a tear and the team was unbeatable. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. Also, Matt Chapman's also hammering balls.
Like, well, yeah, that's when he makes contact, though. He's not fucking making contact is the problem.
His expected batting average isn't great, but everything else is incredible.
Like,
he just needs a better approach at the plate. His whip percentage is 23%. His K percentage is 22nd percentile. And his expected
that's what a hitting coach does. Like, the two of them are chasing and whiffing at shit that they shouldn't be swinging at. That's where actually somebody's got to talk about.
Chappie's chase rate is 87th percentile, which is nuts. I don't understand how you have an 87th percentile chase rate, but it's 23 percentile. What do you call it? Whiff percentage?
Holy shit.
That's crazy.
I heard
he's just boomer
the other day. They figured him out. Like, he's getting just a steady diet of high heat, and he doesn't know what to do with it.
No. So you work on that. I don't know. One of them needs to figure it out in a hurry. And when one of them does, we will stop having the conversation about trying to fire John Schneider. And it'll be crazy.
You know what? Like, you don't even have to work on it. Mm-hmm. Just don't swing at them until you get to 2 strikes.
Yeah.
Don't swing through pitches you can't do damage with. You know where Mike Trout's biggest weakness is? Up and in. He doesn't swing at it.
No.
Pitchers try and go there, and they miss. And he punishes it. You okay down there, Connor?
Sorry. I'm sorry.
I thought he was just super excited about Mike Trout.
Oh, this is the White Sox took the lead on the Rangers.
I don't know. Any final thoughts on the Blue Jays? There's not much to say.
The fact that we won tonight doesn't.
This team is better than they're playing.
Yeah. I think we gotta stop with this doom and gloom bullshit.
We're so disappointed in this team. We're so disappointed in this team when I think there's like at least 5 or 6 more disappointing teams in baseball this year.
The Houston Astros are a half game better than us. They just won the goddamn World Series.
I think you could say that the Astros, the Mariners, the Cardinals, the Padres, the Mets are like it as disappointing, if not more.
The Yankees,
the Phillies.
Like, there's so many.
The Phillies are turning it on a bit now.
They're still not where they were a World Series runner-up last year, and they struggled to start this year.
Like, the fact that what I'm saying is, though, we're like one of 8 disappointing teams this year.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
nobody else has fired their manager yet.
What the Jays need to just go on a run here, because they're saying Judge is probably going to be until the All-Star break.
Mm-hmm.
You need to put some sizable distance between the two of you.
The series that they have coming up, if they don't win every single one of them,
is it the A's?
The A's?
Don't let the A's get hot, man.
Hold up. Where was it? I think it was like the A's. The
Yankees just got swept by the Red Sox.
This is very true.
I don't know.
The Yankees are trying their absolute best to let us in this race. So are the Astros. The Angels are the only team that's not.
One outfielder on their roster right now.
Yeah.
Do you know who it is?
Is it Willie Calhoun?
The Yankees?
Sure, if you want to consider him an outfielder. Then
Jake Bauers?
Too. No. He's not an outfielder.
Giancarlo Stanton?
No.
IKF?
Ex-Blue Jay. Billy McKinney.
Right. Jesus. But to answer your question,
they're running out Jake Bauers, friggin' Calhoun, and IKF on their outfield.
Consistently. Yeah, but to answer the question, after the Miami series, they play Oakland, San Francisco, Boston, Chicago, Detroit, and then they all-star break.
Those aren't great series for us.
Yeah.
San Francisco's hot as shit.
Boston, Chicago, and Detroit.
Boston 4 games swept us last time.
Yeah, but
Chicago and Detroit, we should win.
We're at home. But after the All-Star break, actual cancer.
Who's after that?
Arizona, San Diego, Seattle, the Dodgers.
Seattle sucks. Let's not
pretend. The Dodgers are not the Dodgers.
Okay, but I'm not gonna say that like it's not fucking easy.
I'm more concerned about the Red Sox than I am the Dodgers and the Mariners right now.
I thought you were gonna say more concerned than the Diamondbacks, and I was gonna be like, what the fuck?
No, the Diamondbacks are good. Maybe they'll fall off in the second half. That's
Corbin Carroll might win the MVP.
Fucking sure. Dude,
no chance.
Dude, I have never felt more vindicated in two of my picks for awards.
My Corbin Carroll pick really isn't even that bad, but Corbin Carroll is so good. Corey Seager has to keep it up a lot longer.
360.
He also has to stay healthy. Yeah. He's never done that.
You know who's leading the league in home runs and second in the league in strikeouts?
Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah.
Isn't he first now?
Doesn't count. Fucking.
Did he pass Goss?
I think so. No, maybe not. Sorry.
Home runs and strikeouts?
No, you know what it was? He's first in opponent's batting average against.
That's bullshit.
He's the first player all time to be leading in opponent's batting average against and home runs at any point in time.
You know the crazy thing is?
No shit.
This entire season.
Thanks for that stat. I wonder who else.
Well, Babe Ruth never did it.
Yeah,
it's basically
never pitched and hit the same season.
Yeah, you're right. Madison Bumgarner never led the league after one day hitting an opening day home run. That's basically the only other option.
You guys want to know something fucked up? The Jays could go on an absolute heater right now, but they could easily lose it in the last 2 weeks of the season.
Oh, it's Rays, Yankees for like
Rays, Yankees, Rays, Yankees. Yeah. Wait, no, it's Yankees, Rays, Yankees, Rays. And Boston and Texas before that. They could easily lose it.
However, we've also played we've played the Rays at like a 500 clip.
Yeah.
So far. And I have no idea what the Rays are going to be at that point.
One game under 500 against the Yankees, aren't we?
Yeah. Or are we 500
this season? I feel like we won 2 out of 3,
and then lost
4 and 3,
and then lost 2 or 3, right?
And then we lost 3
they've got 4, and we got
3 or 4.
We lost 3 or 4.
So then we're 1 game under 500.
4 and 3.
Okay,
or 3 and 4 against them. I guess.
Yeah.
4 and 3,
so I mean, they could also win it in that stretch.
Yeah, that's
depending on where the Yankees are at.
They can go on an absolute heater right now, and it doesn't matter if they don't show up in those games. Like,
just win ball games. That's all. Catch fire somewhere.
Score more than 3 runs a game, please. Just one time.
Well, they scored 7 against the Rangers.
Yeah, but it didn't matter.
They blew it, but they gave up 7.
Yeah, but 7. My thing is, the pitching shouldn't have to be fucking perfect every night for them to win. Like,
we'll get there.
Shout out Yusei Kikuchi for tonight.
Big dog.
6 shot.
Next week's Impact Player of the Week.
He's gonna pitch again against Oakland, so maybe against Oakland. Actually, I don't know.
Yeah, that's probably it for the Jays.
For the Blue Jays, yeah.
Let's fire through this around the league.
Yeah,
it's past my bedtime.
It's such a baby.
Some of us have to work in the morning.
This is very true. Hey, I worked tonight, and I'm lucky that I don't have my work Wednesdays.
The Pasquatch done. Shame.
Yeah, and
you know who's going to replace him?
No.
Well, there's a prime candidate that was pretty good in his days in Kansas City. Play a little first base.
Oh, shut the fuck up! Shut up! Stop talking! Shut up! Fucking Eric Hosmer.
Yeah.
Where's Lorenzo Cain?
Will Myers.
Well, I mean,
reunions. Why not? What the hell they got to lose? They're one of the worst teams of all time right now.
Hey, the Rockies suck. Bring back Moose.
Sure. They can't get worse.
They've already got Greinke.
I think Gerard Dyson's still kicking around. Like,
what's Alcides Escobar up to these days? He cooked us a lot.
I think he's still playing.
I think he was with the Nationals the last couple of years.
Yeah, bring him back. Alex Gordon, come back.
Jeff Francoeur, come bring him out of the fucking
why not
booth.
Put it on the board.
Yes. Fucking.
Yeah, that sucks. Yes, they hate to see that.
Brain, have you clicked the second injury that's on there?
I have not, and I'm very...
okay. Just guess the name. Just who do you think that
Escobar has not played this year?
Who do you think that nickname is? Who is Snapdragon 1?
Tanner Houck.
No, it's so fucking. According to MLB Show and Baseball Reference, Snapdragon 1 is Lance McCullers.
Snapdragon 1? I don't know. Is he done for the year too?
Yep.
Video game tag?
I get maybe it's on Baseball Reference. So yeah, Lance McCullers went forearm surgery to repair his flexor tendon and remove a bone spur, so he's done. Like
Lance McCullers is just the guy that never could, eh? He seems like he's been hurt for like ever.
Mm-hmm. It's a guy that also dropped 20 straight.
Rodal.
He's the guy that dropped 20 straight curveballs in a playoff game. And it worked. Fucking hell, Nate threw me off.
I had to sneeze.
Let the man sneeze in peace.
At least I muted it. That would have been loud.
It's very true. It's very true. I do not want to hear it. Yeah, IL, Max Muncy, and Mitch Haniger both going on. Max Muncy is kind of an easier one. Mitch Haniger is like 3-4 weeks.
Tanner Houck
as well got hit in the face. Like, so. Recover well, Tanner. Just Brant doesn't like you.
No. Can we move on to this next one? Because I have some things I would like to say.
We can just real quick. Carlos Rodon, rehab assignment starting. So,
yes, you know who's 2 for 2 off him?
Mitch White.
Elvis.
Oh
yeah.
Or he started 2 for 2. I don't know what he did after
that. For fantasy purposes, I need Rodon to come back.
Shut up.
Same.
I mean, now we can go into the A's.
Yes,
we can start with the Rob Manfred comments because it's been.
Do one of you guys have these pulled up, or I can pull them up?
I
want the exact comment.
Yeah, because they're so.
Shout out to the mayor of Oakland for starters.
Yes,
because Rob Manfred made this big ass stupid statement saying like the city of Oakland wasn't going to play ball. Essentially, was the grand scheme of things. And that they weren't willing to pay and blah, blah, blah. And basically just tried to shit on the city of Oakland the entire time. And the mayor of Oakland, not sure, I can't even remember if it was a man or a woman, but came out and they're like, that is a load of bullshit. We said we weren't paying $440 million for their whole thing that they wanted with parking and shops and this and that all downtown in this area. But they took that, didn't want to do our small deal and went to Vegas and took their little deal instead, which was very clear that the A's just wanted to move.
So the Rob Manfred comments, there's a couple like we could go with just on the relocation. The real question is, what is it Oakland was prepared to do? There is no Oakland offer. Okay. They never got to a point where they had a plan to build a stadium at any site. And it's not just John Fisher. The community has to provide support. Fuck you.
Which was a lie.
Why would you support that team when your owner is literally driving it into the ground? Like it is major league.
Yeah. And even speaking on the fans, talking about their reverse boycott, which we watched on the podcast. He said, I mean, it was great. It is great to see what is this year almost an average Major League Baseball crowd in the facility for one night. That's a great thing. Fuck you, dude.
So yeah. I got a point on this. There was 27,000.
27,000. Yeah.
Okay. Do you know what the Las Vegas Stadium holds? Or do you know what the Major League average attendance is this year? I think it's right around 30, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what Vegas holds?
Probably like 18.
I think it's like $7,000, isn't it?
No, it's 30. Oh. Like the one they're going to build.
So
the one they have now is like 7.
The one they are going to build holds 30.
So at capacity,
at max capacity,
it's an average game.
It's an average game, which they, I think
they're not going to get that.
Jay Hay said they're going to need 8,000 tourists per game to get there.
Yeah,
that means you got these dog shit Oakland A's, because why the fuck's this owner going to spend any more money? He's not. Then there is no prospects that I know of, at least in their system, coming up soon by the time they're going to be there. So you're going to have these dog shit Las Vegas A's playing the Kansas City Royals on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
And you need 30,000 people.
Well, for the first 2 months of the season, you also have to compete with the Vegas Golden Knights, who just won a Stanley Cup. And
their fans
last half
couldn't
of the season
look like they gave a shit when they won.
Yeah, whatever. The last half of the season, you have to compete with the Raiders.
Yeah. Like It just doesn't make sense. Like,
not at all.
You should have built a bigger stadium so that when you get those weekend series with an LA, with a New York, with whoever, at least you can bump up your ticket sales for those.
Yep.
And have 45,000 people in there. Like, you 30,000 is a small ballpark in today's standards. Like, it's just stupid. It's asinine. I think it was Jay Hay again. Literally said this is basically Milwaukee with gambling. Like, it's a small city.
Yeah, I think it has like the 41st biggest TV market in the U.S.
Yeah, it's not big.
It's smaller than Oakland's.
It does. I don't understand why we keep sending all sorts of pro teams there.
Also, well, yeah. I had more on the Oakland mayor statement, Brent. Mm-hmm. The reality is that A's ownership had insisted on a multi-billion-dollar 55-acre project that included a ballpark, residential, commercial, and retail space.
Yeah.
In Las Vegas, for whatever reason, they seem satisfied with a 9-acre leased ballpark on a leased land.
Mm-hmm. Which is something I'm pretty sure they said that they would do in Oakland.
Fucking.
They had no interest in doing it in Oakland, but because it's in Vegas, no problem.
These motherfuckers get 9 acres and a mule. Like,
man, if you put a team on the field, like, people would show up in Oakland.
Go
at this point in this relocation,
you can't even say like you have to go back far. Go to 21.
Yeah.
Like,
at this point with the relocation, who is going to follow you and support you? Like, you've pissed off so many people with this whole ridiculousness. Who is going to come to Oakland?
And you're not getting fans from other states. You're not getting fans from other states.
No, baseball fans are diehard and stick with their team. I mean, more than most other sports. And the other thing, like, why are A's fans? You just fucked them over. Like, honestly, for years, you've just been trading and recycling and getting rid of everybody, and then you're leaving. Mm-hmm. And it's not like there's no other teams in California.
In all honesty, A's fans have kind of been looking for a reason to say fuck off A's.
Mm-hmm.
They have it now.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
but my whole point too is who in Nevada is going to look at this team that has just trashed their entire team every single year that they can, got rid of every star they've ever had, and look at that and be like, that's a team I want to go out and cheer for. That's a team I want to go to the ballpark every day for.
Like, even
it's not going to happen.
Like, even with the Golden Knights, nobody knew who the Golden Knights were, but it's like, hey, it's hockey in Vegas, and this team is good.
Right.
Like,
it was a fresh team that no one's ever watched.
At least they had decent players.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
off the hop too. Like, a lot of. Like,
sorry for not getting excited about Brent Rooker.
And that's it.
And Estier Ruiz.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
who's statistically like the worst fielder in baseball.
Brent Rooker or Estier Ruiz?
Really fast.
Ruiz.
I think Ruiz is on pace for like 70 stolen bases or something.
Yeah, so fast. But that's it. I'm not coming to the ballpark to watch a guy steal bases.
It's just,
what else are you giving me?
When you put out a graphic preseason, or when MLB puts out a graphic preseason with what's supposed to be every team's best player, and it's motherfucking Tony Kemp for the A's, you have a goddamn issue.
Yeah, so when your best, that's like saying, hey, Blue Jays fans, let's go look your best player, Kevin Biggio.
Yeah,
like, that's.
I think Cav is probably.
I think I would rather have Kevin Biggio than Tony Kemp.
Yeah,
which is like.
I would definitely rather have Kevin Biggio than Tony.
But you get my point. Is like.
Yeah, no, you're right. It's the same amount of. It would be level. Like we got rid of everyone, and Kevin Biggio was our best player remaining.
Kevin Biggio was batting leadoff for 3 every night.
Yeah, it's bad. This whole relocation thing is just ridiculous. I don't know what they expect to happen here.
Like, Pache was supposed to be the big piece in that Olsen deal.
He got DFA'd.
They DFA'd him
after a year. Like, and he's in Philly now, I'm pretty sure.
What is the record for the quickest the team has been relocated post-relocation?
Relocate.
I don't know. He's gonna have to sell. Like,
you're just gonna throw money into nothing.
It's bad. It's bad. What year are they moving there officially? Like, he's going to have to go out and spend money on whoever the biggest free agent is and overpay.
You better hope you're at least average by the time.
Does Fisher make it to 27 as the owner of the A's? Like,
well, who the fuck's gonna make him leave?
That's a great question.
As long as this thing is profitable, he's never going to leave.
Good point. Yeah, dude. I think the
fans can yell and scream all they want, and like they're as cool as reverse boycott was, they paid him. They showed up and they gave him the money for that game.
Yeah, this is fair. But I also think like there's going to be a weird 2-year period with the Oakland Vegas A's. Next year they're still in Oakland. Mm-hmm. They're playing out the lease.
If I'm even a diehard A's fan, I think they're gonna set record lows, big time. I'm not.
Who shows up?
They average. I think they average like
if you had season tickets
people
this year, you're showing up because you already bought them.
Yeah, and also, I'm not renewing seasons next year if I'm an A's fan.
You're showing up because you want to watch.
No players, and they're fucking off.
Yeah, like.
What were you gonna say, Connor?
And you're also just going to see good players on other teams.
Yeah,
like.
But at that point, who fucking cares?
Yeah.
Would you guys be surprised if they average under 4,000 next year?
I'd say average under 5, 6, because they're averaging 81 right now.
Yeah, but that's
somewhere between 7 and
8. But the move happened, or all this crap.
Everything went to shit while people still had seasons.
People had seasons.
Yeah. I think, I definitely think it could get down. You'll get your packed series with the Yankees and the Angels, but other than that,
no, I don't think you do.
I think you might get a couple.
Okay, and by packed,
I don't think
Yankees fans travel. No, not packed, but
by packed I mean 15.
Yeah,
which is fucking sad, but
that's packed for them.
That's packed for them.
I think it's gonna be like the Florida Panthers from mid maybe 2010s or so, when if you spend $100 on groceries, they give you a free pair of tickets.
The problem with all this is that this is an embarrassment on the entire league, and Rob Manfred's looking at it like he's proud of it.
Well, because he's a fucking mouthpiece for the owners.
I understand.
He has to.
But the whole situation, he's just like, well, they couldn't do it in Oakland. And it's just, he seems to be happy with the whole thing. It's like, oh, we're going to move the team. You should not be proud of the fact that you had to move a team. That's killing your market. You couldn't figure it out in one city. That's a problem. But Manfred doesn't see it that way. It's fucking brutal.
He's still riding the high of the pitch clock and universal DH and all banning the shift, everything.
The one good thing he's done in the last little bit. The one good thing he's done in his tenure. He's fucking done nothing. I don't know.
What else we got here?
Raimel Tapia is in Milwaukee?
Yeah.
That's one small bit of news.
He got a major league deal in Milwaukee.
Good for him.
Good
for him. I'm just glad he didn't come back.
I guess, is that our last piece of news?
So.
Shout out to former Blue Jays farmhand, because he never actually played with the Blue Jays, Samad Taylor.
That's pretty cool.
First major league hit was a walk-off.
Yeah.
And also, shout out Bobby Witt Jr., who ran to dead center field to
pick up the
grab
ball.
that ball.
And then just held the ball up as he's running.
I got it.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool way to start your career.
But I think he also had 2 walks in that game too. So he's pretty good. He's had an 850.
It's a shame that he's on the Royals.
Well, I mean, he was a part of the Whit Merrifield trade.
Yeah,
it was him and Max Castillo.
Yeah. Oh well, it is what it is. Congrats to him.
Shout out the Cincinnati Reds, 10 straight.
Yep.
Shout out Aaron Hicks, who fucking has a 114 WRC plus since going to the Baltimore Orioles.
We're not shooting out people in our own division that just beat us.
Oh,
that's not gonna be a thing.
Forgot about that. It's a thing that happened.
We are currently, what day is it today? Today is June 20th. So let's say by next week, June 27th, there are 5 games between now and June 27th. What is our record in those 5 games?
They need to be 4-1.
Who are we playing?
Miami for 1 more, 3 against Oakland, 1 against the Giants.
I genuinely think 4-1.
Yeah, they're going to lose.
There's no reason that they're
going to lose the opener. They're going to lose the opener to the Giants.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're going to beat the shit out of my Cy Young pick tomorrow night, and then they're going to sweep the lowly A's.
Who's pitching tomorrow for the Jays?
Gosman and Alcantara.
Oh, okay. He's been bad.
He's been very bad.
Very bad.
But he throws hard sinkers.
So this will be the one that he throws well. All right. 4-1. We come back next week happy.
Yep, but 1-4
because the Yankees are going to be 1-4. All right. Well, we will see you.
Who are they playing? Who are they beating?
Who are they playing right now?
The Yankees.
Anyone can run into a win. The A's just won 7 in a row.
Yeah.
Did you see Cole? Did you see Garrett Cole tonight?
No.
Oh, with Caballero?
I don't even know who it was. I don't know what happened.
It was okay. So what happened was there was a strike. It was Jose Caballero on the Mariners. There was a strike call that Caballero was kind of pissed off about. So he he took his time getting back in the box. So Cole fucking just beams a ball 10 feet over his head. Just throws a ball 10 feet over his head.
Over the backstop.
Over the backstop, over everything.
0-2 count.
Yeah. And then Cole eventually strikes him out, and then he's just as he's walking to the dugout, he just goes
what a loser, man. They play Seattle and then Texas.
I don't really know what to say here. What do you guys expect? What do you guys expect me to say?
For Pete's sake.
For Pete's sake.
The Yankees will have 1 win because they play the Oakland A's on the 26th.
Also, holy shit. Did you guys know tomorrow's game starts at 12?
In the afternoon? That's not fun. Why? This is a weird series. Didn't they have 2 6:30 games?
And it's a 12 o'clock game? A 12-10 start.
That's so dumb.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's get out of here. See you next week after a 4-1 week.
Yep. Peace.
Cheers.